Hello, my name is Sam Waller. I'm a massive Star Wars fan. I've been watching some Ted Peter videos about the discussion about Star Wars and how its content is being destroyed by the Clone Wars and of the Old Republic. I I see where you're coming from, that the content being scrapped by Dave Filoni and Lucas. But hey, I care about the content. I really do, and it really annoys me how the content gets destroyed by. But either way, they're trying to get younger kids into Star Wars. Um, yeah, trying to get them into Star Wars. Yeah, and I'm interested in the characterization. I don't even if even the story is bad as rubbishy crap. I'm interested in the characters. That's why we fell in love in the first movies. It was great characters, great story, good actors, good direction, brilliant movie. And that's why the prequels were rubbish because they had like bad actors, bad script, bad story, a bloody crap animated physical effects mess. And that's the thing about Ahsoka Tano. She's a character made for kids, and she's annoying. And I describe her when I first saw the movie as a flipping Barbie doll of a lightsaber, another General Grievous disappointment. But she grew on me and my dad over the series. That's why we continued watching it, even though the episodes were bad. We watched it for the characters. For instance, the Morse's trilogy, absolute pile of crap. We don't need Force gods. The Force is an energy field. That's another thing. Yoda, his character was destroyed in the prequels. Having a lightsaber. Yoda does not need a lightsaber. He was wise with words. And he was really. And another thing about Darth Maul. How people are scrutinizing Darth Maul. Yeah, Darth Maul is a different character. Yeah, we don't need another book of him, but he's an interesting character in the movies because he didn't need to speak to be terrifying. He could terrorize people by standing there. Yeah, so could Vader and the Emperor, but they never stopped talking enough to do so. Yeah, getting off topic. The Old Republic. Oh my god, where did it all go wrong? We don't need another bloody Sith and Jedi war in Star Wars. We don't. We have those in the movies. Yeah, the Sith are badass villains, but we don't need it. Really, we don't. And that's the really interesting thing about Knights of the Old Republic. It was going into a time that has never been done before. The history about them hasn't been written. You get interesting storylines. The story of the redemption of Revan, if you do it by content. The redemption of the Exile. And suddenly in the Old Republic, they just scrapped all that and went for this whole out Sith war. I know it kind of makes sense and all, but I didn't really think of another lightsaber Jedi versus Sith war in Star Wars. I didn't really think it was necessary. And another thing is Emperor Vitiate, who reminds us of Palpatine. He was not necessary. He just comes out of nowhere. Yeah, he's an interesting character in the comic books, but do we really care? No. Yeah, and another thing, technology in Star Wars. You really serious? Technology hasn't advanced in like 2000, no, 25,000 years. So I still have to turn down my shield to fire my turbo lasers. Oh my bloody god. I hope they sort that in the sequel trilogy, but even then, my hopes are nilled. We need great books what focus on characters, not in a massive galactic war. For instance, people who do not know which side to choose. Do I join the rebellion? Do I join the empire? Do I join the separatists? Or do I join the republic? We need that. We don't need war, death, and Star Wars. I know it's called Star Wars, but it has to be a war. But we don't need this Sith and Jedi bashing thing. They've been doing this with all the books and the movies. I mean, what's something different? For instance, the From trilogy. That'll be an interesting video game, or another Jedi Academy game. I know all these characters won't exist as soon as Episode 7 comes out, but they do still exist in the books and minds. of the fans. And I view I view Obi-Wan Kenobi, uh, the scene with Anakin in Revenge of the Sith, and he says, "You are my brother, Anakin." You know that scene in Revenge of the Sith. From a Clone Wars point of view, that was sad. It really reminded me of Bilbo and Gollum, because it was pity got still Bilbo's blade, and Obi-Wan could have killed Anakin there, ended, but Anakin was this pitiful burnt crisp. He couldn't do anything. So Obi-Wan just left them there to drown in the pain of his misery, because if that's what Anakin Vader Skywalker is, how bad the prequels tell it, Darth Vader is not the bad guy, he is the victim. Even though he was a right asshole in the movies, but, they are beyond saving. So I'm agreeing with what Ted Peters says. We don't need Star Destroyers or stuff like that. We need new ideas in Star Wars. We don't need Force Gods. Even the more as good as those books are, we don't need bloody Force Gods in Star Wars. Just keep it the same. It's an energy field created all filled by all living things. Luminous beings are we, like Yoda says, all in motion is the future. Yeah, and that's why I'm having great hopes for the Star Wars sequels. I hope they go the same direction as the originals. Of course, having a bit of animated stuff to keep up with the times, but not an animated physical 3D mess as the prequels were. Clone Wars is kind of canon, kind of not canon. It depends on how you view it. To me, it's not canon, but I just watch it because I'm a Star Wars fan. Yeah, and I saw the prequel trilogy. Two of the movies were absolute pile of tripe. Saw the Phantom Menace as a kid. Saw it when I was 12 years old. I flipping hated that movie. The only reason I see the Phantom Menace is the pod race, the duel, and the music. That's the only reason I see the Phantom Menace. Attack of the Clones, lightsaber duel, music. Even the lightsaber duels are badly animated. Revenge of the Sith, even though it was bad, it did survive the heap of crap what is the prequel trilogy. Only just. I had complaints about the movie. I thought Anakin turned to Whitney the way he did it was really bad. How the Jedi all got massacred in like 5 minutes. Could have been longer, but George Lucas has a certain time. I know people are complaining that Dave Filoni ruined it, but he's trying to make interesting characters, like Ahsoka Tano. We didn't know anything about her, even though was to me a Barbie doll of a lightsaber. She grew on me over time. Me and my dad watched the Clone Wars animation TV. She grew. I don't care about the content. I do care, but not in the program. I don't see it as content. I just see it as a way to enjoy characters involved. And it really improved in the relationship between Anakin and Obi-Wan. Was not really emotional in the prequel movies. The relationship between Anakin and Padme, even though I vomit at the end of my throat to imagine it. The voice acting in the movie, brilliant. Acting, brilliant. Ahsoka and Zero the Hutt. Oh my bloody god. Oh my god. This is Jabba the Hutt's uncle, and he sounds like a bloody girl. Yeah, good. Get on topic. I agree with what Ted Peters was saying about the content being crapped by certain TV shows, but I'm going to look forward to Rebels. Even though it could be beyond redemption, I'm going to watch it for the characters. Same for Episode 7. I'm going to watch it for the characters. I'm Sam Waller. I'll be posting these episodes on YouTube. If you don't like how I sound, I've practiced this video like 5 times already, but bugger it. Here we go.